How does an organism breathe? The lungs and other parts of the body that are involved in breathing while you exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide are referred to as the respiratory system. The nose and nasal cavity, sinuses, jaw, throat, voice box, trachea, diaphragm, lungs, bronchial tubes, bronchioles, alveoli, and capillaries. They all make up the respiratory system. In this project, we'll build a detailed respiratory 3D working model in which we will be able to observe and examine how various structures and organs assist in the proper functioning of the entire respiratory system.
Lab safety. Properly care for the use of equipment. Use tools only for its designated purpose. Clean and organize your workspace.
Materials. First, the transparent plastic bottle, two red balloons, one yellow balloon, scissors or a utility knife, a ruler, and three straws.
As the body prepares to take in oxygen-rich air, the nervous system sends a signal to the muscles around our lungs, flattening the diaphragm and contracting the intercostal muscles between our ribs to create more space for our lungs to expand. Air then enters to our nose and mouth through our trachea and into our bronchi that splits at the trachea's base, with one entering each lung. Like tree branches, the small tubes divide into thousands of tinier passages called bronchioles. At the end of each bronchiole is an air sac called an alveoli, wrapped in capillaries full of red blood cells containing special proteins called hemoglobin. The air you breathe in fills up at the alveoli, causing the lung to inflate. Here is where the vital exchange occurs. At this point, capillaries are full of carbon dioxide and the air sacs are full of oxygen. But due to the basic process of diffusion, the molecules of each gas want to move to a place with a lower concentration of their kind. So as oxygen crosses over to the capillaries, the hemoglobin grabs it while the CO2 is unloaded into the lungs. The oxygen-rich hemoglobin is transported throughout the body via the bloodstream. But what do our lungs do with all the carbon dioxide? Exhale it, of course. The nervous system kicks in again, causing the diaphragm to ball up and the intercostal muscles to relax, making the chest cavities smaller and forcing the lungs to compress. The carbon dioxide rich air is expelled and the cycle begins again. And this is how the spongy organs keep our bodies efficiently supplied with air.
What is asthma? Asthma is a condition in which your airways narrows and swell and may produce extra mucus. This can make breathing difficult and trigger coughing, a whistling sound when you breathe out, and a shortness of breath. For some people, asthma is a minor nuisance. For others, it can be a major problem that interferes with their daily activities and may lead to a life-threatening asthma attack.
How does asthma affect the respiratory system? When you experience a trigger, the insides of your airways swell. This narrows the space for air to come in and out of the lungs. The muscles that wrap around the airways they tighten, so they make it very difficult for you to breathe. This is known as an asthma attack, and it can be relieved with the usage of bronchodilators that help your airway muscles relax quickly and provide symptom relief within minutes.
Can asthma be cured or does it need treatment? Asthma can be cured, but its symptoms can be controlled because asthma often changes over time. You must work with your doctor to track your signs and symptoms and adjust your treatment as needed.
What causes asthma? It isn't clear why some people get asthma and others don't, but it's probably due to a combination of environmental and inherited factors. Let me give you an example. For example, if she has asthma, there is a high chance that I will get it also since I am born. So we need to take care of that. How does the asthma triggers? It exposures to various irritants and substance that triggers allergies can trigger signs and symptoms of asthma. Asthma triggers are different from person to person and can include airborne allergens, respiratory infections, physical activity, cold air pollution, certain medications, and strong emotion and stress. That's why we need to take care of ourselves and take care of asthma. Asthma is not it's not a joke. It's something that happens a lot nowadays, and we need to take care of it.
Conclusion. Your respiratory system is a network of organs and tissues that help you breathe. This system helps your body absorb oxygen from air and so the organs of your body can work. It also cleans waste gases like carbon dioxide, and it is made up of the nose, the mouth, the pharynx, the larynx, then the trachea, and the trachea connects to the lungs through a tube called the bronchi, and inside the lungs there are bronchioles that are like smaller pieces, smaller segments of the bronchi, and on the tip of the bronchioles there are tiny sacs called alveoli that are where gas exchange happens. Inside the lung, when you breathe, air passes through the bronchioles into the alveoli, so gas exchange can happen. So when you have asthma, it inflames and narrows your airways, causing air not to travel through them as well. The airway walls become more swollen and narrow your airways. So the airways also produce a thick mucus that worsens the situation. But you can use bronchodilators that help you alleviate and relieve the situation. Building the model, we try to show how the diaphragm helps the lungs contract and relax. During the development of this model, we learned that the diaphragm contracts and flattens when you inhale, creating a vacuum effect that pulls air into the lungs. And when you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and the air is pushed out of the lungs.